First, thanks to Matt Hogue and his 30-year-plus career at CCU. He's not going anywhere, and I'm very happy to report that the Matt Hogue Sports Media Hub will be up and running in no time. I also want to thank his wife, Laura, and their daughters, Rachel and Caroline, for their commitment to our community and to this campus. Matt's in Omaha, as you know, a place where we all want to get back to very, very soon, as chair of the Division I Baseball Committee. Kerry did thank Mike Alden, but I'd be remiss if I didn't mention also Coach Joe Moglia, who helped throughout this process. He's in his homeland of Ireland with his entire family for the next couple of weeks. Thanks to members of the search committee. I'd like them to stand as I introduce them, if they would, please. First, our VP for HR, Tom Kazera. Also, Carrie Rosick, our Senior Women's Administrator. Drew Kralowski, Chair of the Faculty Senate. David Sage, a CEF board member and a longtime supporter, and more importantly, husband to Mark, our dance team coach. Where's David? Is he here? Oh, okay. Well, he's doing taxes, so those postponements. And also, I would argue, probably the most important member of the committee, a recent student-athlete graduate, Avery McElwain, a star of our lacrosse team, who's from Georgia, who was incredibly committed and came to every single meeting, either on Zoom or in person. I want to thank the committee for their outstanding work. Thank you very much. You'll soon meet the singular candidate who raced up to the front, just as Carrie said, in very short order with every single group with whom we interacted. I also want to thank members of our Board of Trustees and University Foundation Board members who are here. Could I please have them stand up? Board of Trustees members and Foundation Board members. Thank you. And most importantly, the reason we're here, thanks to Team Miller. Chance, I'll let you do the honors of introducing your family and your friends in attendance. As a father of 5 great children myself and one amazing wife, I've always loved being with kids, and especially watching them interact with older people. Our kids have done this their entire lives. You won't find 2 more amazing, outgoing kids than Kason and Caleb. We may have hired Chance as our AD, but we really just did that to get Lauren and the kids. Speaking of Chance, the reaction across social media and in the press has been universally acclaimed with this hire. My favorite post on X was from Reddit College Football, which Bully stated last Thursday, and I quote, "The new Coastal Carolina AD is literally named Chance." So just so we're clear, the correct pronunciation is how they say it in the south of France, Chance. So, Chance, do you want to be bold and today change the pronunciation of your name? Or will we have to endure this mispronunciation and enable people to say our mascot's name really incorrectly, on and on? It's entirely up to you. This is your really first big decision. Chance. In all seriousness, in my 31 years of working in public higher education, there has never been a time like this in our industry, and specifically in athletics. Every day, it seems like almost every hour, there is another tectonic shift in the collegiate sports landscape. We needed a director of athletics with experience and vision. Exhibit A, Chance Miller, or if you prefer, Chance Miller. Committed family member who married way up and has really cool kids. Check. Legal background with experience practicing law in both New York and South Carolina. Check. Experience at the NCAA with compliance and regulatory investigations. Check. Sport oversight for a major revenue generator, football, at a Power 4 institution. Another check. By the way, this responsibility included creating one of the best game day environments in Columbia for fans and teams anywhere. Check. Unmitigated commitment to our number one priority, student-athlete success and all that entails. Check. I'd like all of our student-athletes to please stand that are here today. All of our student-athletes. About a big hand for our student-athletes. Chance, I know I don't need to say this. This is why we're here. You're also being adopted into a great group of coaches and staff. I'd like all of our athletic staff, coaches, support staff, please stand. This is your new family, Sam. Bringing endorsements and support from every single person I called and with whom I spoke. Check. Persistent engagement with the fan base and community. Another check. Vision for what a place like Coastal Carolina could be and where we could go. Check. I could go on and on, but you get the idea. We got the complete package with Chance and his family. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in giving a very warm CCU welcome to our new Director of Athletics, Chance Miller.
All right. Well, good morning, Till Nation. How's everybody doing? I love seeing all the Till on this Till Tuesday. I have learned that. I want to say, wow. This is an amazing opportunity. I'm honored to be up here in front of you today. I want to start out by saying a lot of thank yous. And if you could, bear with me. I told my friends and my family last night that this would probably be the hardest part, is getting through all those. And then once I get through those, we're going to talk about what we're going to do here at Coastal Carolina. I want to first thank President Benson, the search committee, the board of trustees, Mike Alden, Joe Moglia, the faculty and staff and coaches and the student athletes that I was able to meet with throughout this interview process. It was so thorough, and it helped me realize that this was the place for me and where I would be successful. And I want to personally thank you, President Benson. This has been my dream since I was in high school, and I get to stand here today for it, and you made that dream come true, and I will forever be grateful for that. So, again, it's going to take me a while to get through this, but you've given me a microphone, so settle in, okay? I want to thank my lovely wife, Lauren. Lauren, stand up. I'm going to embarrass you for a little bit. So, yeah. So Lauren is the CEO of our family. Without her, nothing in our family runs. She sacrifices a lot to be able to help me live out my dream. We are high school sweethearts. We have been together for 24 years. And as of last Thursday, when President Benson called me to offer me this job, it was our 15-year wedding anniversary. And what a way to celebrate that. So, Lauren, I've drugged you all over the country trying to chase this crazy dream, and I appreciate you. And I love you. So, for my children, Kason, Caleb, thank you for going on this wild ride with me that is college athletics. You don't know any better. You were born into it, and you were born into this lifestyle. And it is a lifestyle. It is not a job. And they have always been willing to be there, come to every game, practice, and event. And I will tell you, you will see my family at everything. We will be invested into this program. You will see us at practice, at games, at recruiting events, at fundraisers. And I think you could already see it this weekend. We jumped in the car after we found out we were coming. We came down here, and we were at the recruiting weekend for football all weekend, thanks to Coach Beck and his staff for making us feel welcome. And then even went to a pool party at Tammy and Jim Scott's house with Coach Gray and his staff and his family. So we're already hitting the ground running. I want to thank my parents. Thank you for always fanning that flame and that passion of sports. I can remember my first ever game in a big stadium. I was 4 years old. I drugged my parents to that game. It was 104 degrees outside. People were passing out everywhere. I think the mascot passed out too. And I made them stay until the last second. And I think it was then that they knew I was both crazy and invested into sports. And I want to thank my mom too for constantly hitting my sister and I over the head with the pursuit of education. Where we came from, education was not that important. But it was important to my mom, and she drove that into us constantly. And that's something I've taken with me in that pursuit of education. As a first-generation college graduate for my family, I've tried to instill that in my kids as well. And I've been blessed with the fact that I was able to take that pursuit of education and my love of sports and marry it into a career. So thank you. I also want to thank my sister. I know she couldn't be here right now. Chelsea, if you're watching, love you. I hope you get better, and we're rooting for you. To my mother and father-in-law, Jack and Sarah, thank you for letting me take your daughter out 24 years ago and drag her all over the countryside in pursuit of this dream. Jack, I know it probably wasn't easy for you to drop your daughter off in New York City in our shoebox apartment of 275 square feet. I don't know if I would have done that with Kayla, but I appreciate you letting me do that and pursuing that dream. I want to thank my friends, Lauren and Neil Tresslow and their beautiful kids, Gunnar, Harper, Emma, and Peyton. You guys have been wonderful friends that we met in Columbia, and we vacation together. We do family holidays together. And if you ever want to see a crazy group of people, follow us to Disney in our group of 10. Okay, it's wild. It's a wild adventure, but wouldn't do it with anybody else. So thank you for being here. It means a lot to me today. To my South Carolina family, my staff members, and my colleagues and friends, it's been a great 11 years. I can say there's several of you here today that made the trek over from Columbia. I really appreciate it. That means a lot to me. I will tell you, I know it wasn't always easy working with me. I've got some crazy ideas and crazy dreams, and it took a lot of long work, blood, sweat, and tears. But man, did we do some special things there. So I thank you for that. I also want to thank Ray Tanner. Ray Tanner couldn't be here right now, and I will tell you a story about that in just a second. But Ray has been really good to me in my career, and as an athletic director, I couldn't have a better mentor. He saw something in me when he hired me as assistant AD of compliance, brought me in, and somehow figured out that I could run that athletics department, and gave me the opportunity to learn what I needed to be able to stand in front of you today. So I really appreciate him and can't thank him enough. He did call me Sunday when we were driving back to do laundry and try to grab a teal tie for today. And he said, you know, I'm going to come to your press conference on Tuesday. And I said, well, Coach Tanner, thank you. I love you. But, you know, you're supposed to be at the State House approving that project that I've been working 3 years on. And in the most Coach Tanner way, in the loving way he does, in his gruff voice said, well, I guess I'll just clean up your mess again, but good luck. I also want to thank Matt Hogue. Matt is a good friend of mine, and Matt was the first person I called about this job. I wanted to know from Matt, what was it like to work at Coastal Carolina, and how were the people? And I can tell you, he raved about the people, the community, and the university. And I knew right then, this is a job that I needed to pursue. I want to thank him for building the foundation, and what a great foundation he has laid. I want to thank him for the success that he had, and for the facilities. What a great facilities we have here, and great new facilities that are going up with the indoor football practice facility and the soccer stadium. But looking at all the things that Coastal Carolina offered, I also looked at the growing population here, the growing enrollment, the tourism and thriving tourism that surrounds this area. And once I started really digging into it, I looked at it and said, you know what? This is a premier job in college athletics today. I saw the room for growth. I saw the potential. So as I started looking at it, I looked at what President Benson has shared in his vision and his strategic plan. And I saw the 3 pillars that he had out: learning, living, and legacy. And I couldn't have been more fired up at that point, because I've spent the last 11 years doing those same things at South Carolina, and I knew I could bring them here. So you want to talk about learning? I've worked for 11 years to create departments within the university that could help grow the departments and the university, but also help athletics. Worked with the colleges on campus to develop classes, and I even taught a couple of classes. I don't know how well, but I taught them. But that's something I really want to bring here. The living part. Being able to take the faculty and the students and really ingrain them in the day-to-day workings of the athletics department. That's important to me, that the university and athletics department are one, and we're all moving in the same direction. And I did that at South Carolina, and I know I can do it here, and I look forward to doing it in the future. You want to expand that reach, and that's the way you do it, by bringing everybody together and working towards a common goal. And then the third one, legacy. When I saw legacy, I was really excited. Okay? And legacy is leaving it better than what you found it, and building the infrastructure to be able to have sustainable growth and help not only the athletics department, but the university grow. I can tell you guys, and you can ask the staff that have worked with me for years that are here today, I have audacious goals, and I told that to everybody on the search committee. And those goals are out there, but we will get there. Okay? It'll be a lot of work, it'll be a lot of time, and a lot of effort, but I promise you, we will get there. If I have to speak it into existence and outwork everybody, I will do that. And I do that through three ways. I do it through building a culture where everybody in here, from the student athletes to the coaches to the staff to the faculty to the board, are all in on that vision and that goal. And I do it through collaboration. I'm a big collaborator. I want people at that table buying into what we are trying to do here. I want it within athletics and the university, but then outside of it as well. I want it with the local campus leaders, the local leaders of Conway and Myrtle Beach, the governor, the state leaders, and everybody else that is involved in this program. And we will do that. And the third one, and the one I love more than anything, is we're going to innovate. I love to innovate. I love to be the first one to do it. And that is more important than ever in this ever-changing world of college athletics. We have to be nimble and we have to innovate. And we will do that. I promise you. I want people to look at Coastal Carolina and say, how in the world did they do that, and how do we copy it? And I want to tell you, after looking at your strategic plan and your pillars, I was more fired up than ever to come here on my interview. And when I came here, it only reinforced that this was the place for me. I got to meet with you, the Board of Trustees, faculty, staff, and others, and I saw and felt the passion and where you guys want to go. You want to build, you want to innovate, and you want to move this place forward in a direction that it has not been. And I'm excited for that. I'm excited to work alongside of you and to be able to do things that no one else has done here. And after you offered me the job on Thursday, we jumped in the car on Friday, packed up the kids and Lauren, and we came down here, and I thought, you know, we're going to try to meet as many people as possible. Because while I was sold, I needed to have Lauren and the kids buy in too. And I will tell you, President Benson and your lovely wife and kids made us feel so at home this weekend, and I really appreciate that. Coach Beck, I love the culture you have over at football. He came down, all of his staff came down and gave us a hug at the stadium. We walked up, there were recruits there, and he handed me a mic and said, let's go to work. And we spent all weekend together. And then on Sunday, like I said, we got invited by Tammy and Jim to come over to their house for Father's Day. And I know Tammy and Jim can't be here today. We're thinking about you and praying for you, Jim. But invited us over to meet Coach Gray and his staff and their families and their student athletes. And wow, what a moment. I mean, we were there for 4.5 hours. That's why I've got the suntan line. I sat out there and baked. Kelly and I sat there and talked for a while in the sun and then realized we could probably get in the shade. Probably should have realized that a little sooner. And wore my kids out, but your student athletes and your staff were wonderful to my family, and I really appreciate it. I look forward to working with you guys in the future. All right, I will try to wrap this up. But like I told you, you gave me a mic, so I like to talk. All right? To my coaches, if you could stand up for me real quick, all the coaches here. I'll make you stand up again. Here's my promise to you. I am going to be, you will find this out, I am one of the most competitive people you have ever met. I love to win, but I hate losing a whole lot more. And there's only one person that I have ever seen that is more competitive than me, and I helped create him, and my son Casey. Okay? I promise you that we are going to sit down and we are going to work together and we are going to find what you need to compete at the highest level in the country. I'm going to find what are those things and what are those resources that you need, what are the barriers and the hindrances are, and we're going to get creative to find out how to fix those and move those forward. So, keep me at my word, all right? And I will tell you, Kelly with CAF, and then Jimmy Fugger, is he here with Coastal Sports Collective? There he is. All right, Kelly and Jimmy, we're going to hit the ground running. We're fundraising soon, okay? And that starts this afternoon. All right, we're going to get these coaches and these student athletes the resources they need, and we're going to grow this fan base, this donor base, and this community. All right. All right, now, for my student athletes, where are my student athletes? I see some of them over there. I saw some of them at the pool. I did see one of them that my son dunked on at the pool. He's been talking a lot about that one. I see it. All right, to my student athletes, you are the heartbeat of this athletics department. Okay? No doubt about it. You are the reason I and the staff here and the coaches have a job. And I want to take the resources that have been given to you, I want to expand upon those resources, and I want to build new ones. I want to make you successful both on the court, the pitch, the track, or the field, and I want to make you successful off of it. I want to make you well-rounded individuals that graduate from this great institution, and you want to come back and you want to provide your time and your resources. So I look forward to being around. You will see me at all your games. You will see my family there. We'll be at your practices. My son will try to challenge you in everything you guys do. Good luck to you. He's already beaten me on the court and on the field. And lastly, to the fans, the donors, the alumni, and the community, I can promise you this. There will be no better fan experience and fan engagement in the country. Okay? I told the search committee this. I don't have hobbies. This is my hobby. This is my passion. This is what I want to do. My friend Neil can attest to this. We take our boys to Panthers games and Braves games, and I love spending time with my friend and the boys. But he can attest that I look around and I try to see how the concourses flow, how concessions operate, how the fan experience is, and I will take those and implement them here. And I've done that in the past. If you've ever been to a Saturday night game at Williams-Brice Stadium, it's pretty electric. Okay? And they told me, don't change that 2001 entrance. I'm going to change it. And I changed it. And I changed it for the better. And we will do that here. And it'll be an exciting place to come. And anytime we engage with our fans and our community and our alumni, you will feel welcomed here. So, in closing, I just want to say, I love the state of South Carolina. We've been here, 11 plus years now. It has been great to us. My kids were born here. And I am now blessed to not have to move, although I'm moving jobs and taking the big role. I don't have to move out of the state. And I can come to a thriving region in the state that I love. We vacation here and we know people here. And I can grow the relationships that we have built in this state to help grow Till Nation. The best days of Coastal Carolina athletics are ahead of us, and I am honored to lead you there. Thank you, and go Chants.